Hi everyone. So now we are into Unit 6. Sixth chapter heading is Social Responsibilities of Business and Business Ethics. So first we will see about social responsibility. What is social responsibility, why it is required, and the arguments which is supporting and which are not supporting social responsibility. So first we will see what is social responsibility. Social responsibility of business refers to its obligation to take those decisions and perform those actions which are desirable in terms of the objectives of value of our society. Business is doing activities in the society, so definitely the business organization is having some kind of responsibility towards the society. Social responsibility is broader than legal responsibility. I'll repeat. Social responsibility is broader than legal responsibility of business. So social responsibility is more than that, and it is firms of recognition of social obligations, even though not covered by law. Okay, along with the obligations laid down by the law. So social responsibility involves an element of voluntary action on the part of business people for the benefit of society. So I told that the business or the business organization is doing business in a society. So without customers, no need of doing any business, right? So when you are doing business in a society, you will have some kind of responsibility towards a society where you operate or where you work. So this is what about social responsibility of business. Now we will see which are the supports or arguments for social responsibility and arguments against social responsibility. First, we will see arguments for social responsibility. First one, justification for existence and growth. So, the prosperity and growth of business is possible only through continuous service to the society. Thus, assumption of social responsibility by business provides justification for its existence and growth. Second point is long term interest of the firm. A firm and its image stand to gain maximum profit in the long run when it has its highest goal as service to the society. Okay, now about converting problems to opportunities. So, related with this, with the preceding argument in the is that argument that business, with its glorious history of converting risky situations into profitable deals, can not only solve social problems, but it can also make them effectively useful by accepting the challenge. So, next is better environment for doing business. If business is to operate in a society which is full of diverse and complicated problems, it may have little chance of success. Therefore, it is argued that the business system should do something to meet these needs. Okay, then about next point is holding business responsible for social problems. I'll repeat the point: holding business responsible for social problems, environmental pollutions, unsafe workplaces, then corruption in public institutions, and discriminatory practices in employment are some of these problems. Therefore, it is the moral obligation of business to get involved in solving these problems instead of merely expecting that other social agencies will deal with them on their own. Okay? Now, about arguments against social responsibility. That means which are not supporting social responsibility. So, first point is violation of profit maximization objective. So, the objective of every business organization or every business is to earn maximum profit. So, these people are telling, if you are doing so much of social responsibility or social activities, your concentration will be changing from maximize the profit and to the society. So they are telling you have to think more about increasing profit, not about the society. Next is burden on consumers. So it is argued that social responsibility like pollution control and environmental protection are very costly and often require huge financial investments. In such circumstances, businessmen likely to simply shift this burden on social responsibility by charging higher prices for their customers. So they are telling it is because of this, it will be a burden for customers. Next is lack of social skills. All social problems cannot be solved the way business problems are solved. In fact, businessmen do not have the necessary understanding and training to solve social problems. Therefore, according to this argument, social problems should be solved by other specialized agencies. Then, about lack of broad public support. Okay, here the argument is that the public in general does not like business involvement or interference in social programs. So all these are the arguments which are against for social responsibility. Now we will see the kinds or types of social responsibility. So economic responsibility, legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and discretionary responsibility. The first one is economic responsibility. A business enterprise is basically an economic entity, and therefore its primary social responsibility is economic. That is, produce goods and services that society wants and sell them at a profit. So, next one is legal responsibility. Every business has a responsibility to operate within the law of the land. Since these laws are meant for the good of the society, a law abiding enterprise is a socially responsible enterprise as well. Next one is ethical responsibility. This includes the behavior of the firm that is expected by society but not confined in law. For example, respecting the religious sentiments and dignity of the people while advertising a product. Okay. Next is discretionary responsibility. This refers to purely voluntary obligation that an enterprise assumes, for instance, providing charitable contributions to educational institutions or helping the affected people during flood, earthquakes, etc. So all these are the types of social responsibility. Now we will see social responsibility towards different interest groups. Okay. So different interest groups of business organizations are shareholders or owners, workers, consumers, government and community, etc. So we'll see the first one, responsibility towards the shareholders or owners. A business enterprise has the responsibility to provide a fair return to the shareholders or owners on their capital investment and to ensure a safety of cash investment. Okay. Next is responsibility towards the workers. Management of an enterprise is also responsible for providing opportunities to the workers for meaningful work. It should try to create a right kind of working conditions so that it can win the cooperation of workers. The enterprise must respect the democratic right of the workers to form unions. Okay. And the next one is responsibility towards consumers. Supply of right quality and quantity of goods and services to consumers at a reasonable price constitutes the responsibility of an enterprise towards its customers. And the last one is responsibility towards government and community. An enterprise must respect the laws of the country and pay taxes regularly and honestly. It must behave as a good citizen and act according to the well accepted values of the society. It must protect the natural environment and should avoid bad, effluent, smoky chimneys, then ugly buildings, unhealthy working conditions, etc.